big stuff, a little melodramatic, but it wouldn't be me if it wasn't. I embrace that, I really do. This is about skin. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of the StyleShaker, your guide to cleaner, greener beauty and skincare, and probably more very soon. I wanted to touch base. I have been using a whole new skincare regimen for a week. This comes on the heels of getting a little fed up with commercial skincare, and I don't know, I'm just kind of at that phase in my life, right? That's where I'm at. I kind of want to go back to basics. You want to see what happens when you go off of every other type of skincare that you can buy and move into skincare that you can DIY. Rhyming. Stick around and I'm going to give you my 1 weekend update. Here we go. So I have been reading this book. It's about Ayurvedic skincare. I took a lot of notes from it. I am not a cosmetic chemist. I am not a dermatologist. I'm not recommending this for you. I'm not giving advice. I'm not the end all be all in terms of skincare, as you know. This is just me sharing my experience with you, and I'm being as honest and BS free as possible per the huge. No one's paying me to say any of this. I don't know why they would be, because there's no mention of commercial products. I ditched all of my other skincare, some of which I was liking, but not loving. I did it just because my skin wasn't feeling great. My skin just wasn't feeling great. I started making all these little concoctions in all these little jars. I've repurposed, I've upcycled. It felt so nice to repurpose and reuse containers for products that I wasn't using anymore. Yes, I took a few things from the book. I took a few things from other pieces of research. I've taken all of the little nuggets that I found out there and I've compiled them and I've made different concoctions with them. And I have been testing them on my face and documenting throughout the week. I keep it up for a month, maybe longer, depending on how things go. After 1 week, I think I'm going to be keeping it up for more than a month. This is a holistic approach, but I'm starting with the products. And then as I kind of continue into the oncoming weeks, I will also be testing nutrition, stress relievers, and all the rest of it to see what happens with my skin. Now I'm just gonna tell you what I did. It is very simple. It has 3 steps in the morning, 3 steps in the evening, and they are cleanse, nourish, and moisturize. That's it. You cleanse, nourish, and moisturize in the morning. You cleanse, nourish, and moisturize before bed. And I have done it every day. I wanted to make sure that I was really consistent, and I was. And it was very easy to be consistent. So to find the recipes for these products, I really did take a lot of cues from the Ayurvedic approach, which is all about doshas. It is incredibly complex. I'm at the very beginning of it, but I figured out my dosha, my leading dosha, which is pitta. And then I was looking at my skin dosha, which was actually more vata than pitta. I'm not gonna get into it because again, not an expert there, but it did dictate the types of recipes that I used for my cleansing, my nourishing, and my moisturizing. I just wanna also add that the word nourish, I was starting to think about it, and before it was like cleanse, tone, moisturizer, cleanse, da-da-da-da. We've all heard these 3-step systems. And I never heard the word nourish in there, I guess. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. And I started looking at the intention behind each step, getting really, really present in these steps. And that has really helped me a lot. It has also opened my eyes to what's happening outside of skincare. Am I nourishing myself with my food? Am I nourishing myself in my environment? Am I nourishing my body? Am I nourishing my mind? What else am I digesting? It has really shifted my thinking. So I'm really appreciating that part of it and really focusing, doubling down on nourish. Okay, so first we figure out the doshas. Pitta, hands down pitta. Cool. Then we squeeze our cheeks, just kidding. This is where the whole cleansing routine starts, and you create it based off of your dosha. That you go online and you try and find oils in the time of quarantine. So I went out and I found some great oils, and then I have my essential oils. These are all based, hi Blue, on the routine. And we have cocoa butter, all the things. And then I have to put this all together, but also containers. I'm gonna need containers. I am using the ingredients to create my first round of products. And here's what I've done, by the way, for the heavy cream, that's just a part of it, just a random side note. I froze it so it would last a little bit longer, and then I put that into a repurposed jar with the rest of the ingredients that it called for there. Then here's the cocoa butter, which is currently being melted down in a pseudo like janky double boiler. I put the rest of it, this is not SkinCeuticals. I'm just using and repurposing and upcycling all my old bottles. So I put the Nourish formula in here and it smells amazing, and it's because of neroli oil. I didn't know, but it's in my Maya Chia body oil, and I've been wondering what that smell is, the scent. It's neroli, it's good. It's also very expensive, which is, now I know why that oil is expensive. Sesame oil, all the things, you guys, all the things, it's all happening. My skincare has never smelled so good. This is orange tea, so delicious. Geranium, rose, cocoa butter. It's coming to cleanse. I have something with almond flour. I couldn't find almond meal. I just couldn't. You know what? Everything's sold out, including almond meal. I don't know. Dry milk, very hard to find right now. People are very into dry milk along with toilet paper. There's maybe 3 ingredients in this, so I sprinkle it into my hand. I put it on my face and let it sit, do its thing. It's not abrasive at all, but it does clean off anything that was there throughout the day. The next step is Nourish. This is an old SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, by the way. I didn't like it. It smelled really weird, but also didn't perform so well for me. Other people I know rave about it. Anyway, I dumped that and I filled, well, I didn't have any left, or else that would have been really sad because it's really expensive. I filled this with a combination of mild essential oils. They are essential oils, so you have to be careful. Sun exposure, just skin sensitivities. I was okay testing it out. I gave myself a couple of days. I did a couple of patch tests just in case, but it has a couple of essential oils in here, some geranium, a little neroli. It's really just a beautiful fresh scent. I dip a little bit of this into my palm, and then I put a couple drops of water and I put this on my face. Then last but not least, this is separated. It looks real wonky. This was orange tea, and it was supposed to be mixed into a couple other ingredients, one of which is cocoa butter, organic cocoa butter. And I put it into these little things that I got for my cat to make her special cat food that she hated. So now I'm actually gonna use them. That is the 3-step container system that I've been using in the morning and in the night. Here are the things that I have noticed outside of just really happy skin. First thing, I went a little overboard the first day with the moisturization. I did. My skin was thirsty before this, dying for moisture. Any kind of cream that I put on before just wasn't working. So I went a little overboard with my oils and I started putting them on, and that first night was very uncomfortable. I didn't want to move to my left or my right because God forbid I get it on my pillow. Even put a towel underneath. So I learned by the next morning, less is more. That's the second thing I learned. Stay present when you're doing these little small things during this crazy time. It has brought me a very interesting moment of zen. And I know that this is not news. Everybody says to do it. Do what you gotta do. I'm not saying you have to do this, but I'm just saying a nice little side effect of this has been to stop, think about what I'm actually doing for my cells, for my skin, and just be there. Just sit there for a second. I know it sounds slightly granola maybe. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. My family from the East Coast, but I've been out in the West Coast, so I'm like this weird hybrid. But it's really been nice. I've really genuinely enjoyed that part of it. And then of course, let's talk about the skin, right? So the skin issues were dryness, redness because of dryness on the cheeks. It just was texturally not great. It was a little rough, and I was needing to do midweek resurfacing masks just to get that, ooh, that just like baby's butt, like smoothness, you know what I mean? That's kind of where I was at. When I was using this oil, and you really massage it in, kept up with my gua sha in the morning, so just really doing facial massage. I noticed that the oil started soaking in better. I wasn't putting as much on there, but they were getting absorbed a little bit better into the skin. And midweek, when I usually pull out that mask, that Tata Harper, or that Herbivore, I didn't need to, and this is where I feel it. Usually, I'm like, oof, okay, my makeup's not going on well. And I also had to do it because I test a lot of foundations for you guys. If I don't have a prepped skin, it kind of damages the integrity behind the review. And I didn't need to do that this week. I didn't need any resurfacing. I didn't need any of it. My skin felt moisturized. It looked really, really good. I should also note that in the beginning of the week, I was getting really good with morning stretch sessions. So I was doing this yoga DVD. Well, it's not a DVD now, it's a download. I got when I was living in Chicago. I graduated college. Throwback for a second with me. Come on, let's go. totally depressed. I'm not just saying that, I was actually chemically depressed. I had gone through a terrible breakup post 9/11 and I had just graduated from college. So it was like a really lovely confluence of events. It's great for the nervous system. And I moved to Chicago with my brother and then my roommate who became one of my closest friends. I was living in the basement. It was like really a dark, I'm laughing because it just sounds really Debbie Downer. I realized that I was in a low spot. I asked for some help. It was recommended to me that I start meditating, and one of the things that I started doing outside of cognitive behavioral therapy, which saved me, was this tape. And I would do it, and Barrett, my brother, and I, we shared this sort of like rec room downstairs. Anyway, so we were in this big room, and he had his little office in the back, and I would play on the TV, this DVD, and I would just stretch. And it is the one thing that I did that I felt in my solar plexus calmed my nervous system. A lot of people love meditation, a lot of people like journaling. It changes for me depending on the week or the day or whatever. This is something that I have rediscovered and I've started doing it in the morning. It's 15 minutes. It's like the best. I'll put a link below. That I think has also really helped. Fine lines are not as prevalent. I don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's stress relieving. My diet certainly hasn't changed. I'm gonna start doing that a little bit and not eliminating things as much as nourishing more, so it's a different look at it. I'm not dieting in any way, shape, or form. I wanted to keep some constants like scientific method so I could see what the changes are each week as I progressively go along. And the stress relief, which I just added in there because it's been a stressful time, it has really helped me too. The recap of this is very, very positive. I'm in 1 week, and with all of these oils and butters and things that I'm putting on my face, you would think that there would be breakouts. I am totally at that point in my cycle, TMI. Things would be breaking out. There's nothing. There's literally no change unless I eat really crappy food, which, hey, no judgment. Nothing has changed. It's only improved. I'm going to continue with this. I think what's going to end up happening, and I'll do a recap after the 30 days or maybe sooner, I will still keep with my favorite skincare, conventional skincare items, and I'll probably mix that in with more of a Vedic approach, but overall it will end up growing and morphing into this hybrid, holistic point of view. So that's where I'm at. Let me know where you're at in your skincare journey. How are you doing? What are you using on your face? I know that there are a lot of people out there with a lot of different skin issues. Again, I'm not a dermatologist, but we do have an incredible community here. So it's a safe space. If I see really nasty negative comments, they will be deleted. Don't worry about it. I'm keeping this as positive and safe and constructive as possible. If you would like to share, you are welcome to share. If you don't want to do it here, email me directly, Brittany at the StyleShaker, just like the easy route, email, and we'll talk about it. And that is my 1 week update with Ayurvedic skincare, this whole new regimen. I'm feeling very excited about it. I feel like it is teaching me a lot about my skin on my face. It's teaching me a lot about life, big stuff, a little melodramatic, but it wouldn't be me if it wasn't. Embrace that, I really do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up to support the channel. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you get to watch this journey as it unfolds. See you guys right back here. I'm gonna go mix up some more skincare. Okay, bye-bye.